What's up, y'all? So we have an interesting video here that we're going to be going over. If y'all didn't know, this is my Twitter account. You can go ahead and follow me on there. To know when the video is coming out, or if you get it on the channel, it's whatever. But this video here is about MBG getting a little bit triggered, as he says right here, when PC gamers tell him that PlayStation is third party and he just can't handle it. So we're going to go into some context on this because what I find funny it's like the same thing that people try to bash Microsoft for. Sony follows literally everything that they do. And when Sony does it, they make up excuses with their rainbow canceled balls in their mouth. That's what I have to say. Or you have some people that just want to just overgas on that side and never give any credit on the other side. So I'm all about the equilibrium here. I'm the equalizer. I'm coming to balance the scales, give credit where it's due. And if something is off, I'll admit it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be a fraud about things. But what I can't stand is the imbalance in the PlayStation community. And I've told people this multiple times. So that's why you see me here being the equalizer. But let's go ahead and get into this. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's see what he has to say. All right, let's turn this up.
We go back to the conversation that we started the stream with, where it's like people are talking about coming over to PlayStation. I'm seeing a lot of Xbox fanboys like trying to gaslight PlayStation players and whatnot. And this is kind of the rhetoric to a degree where it's like, well, it's just a matter of time till Sony does the same thing or something very similar. Like I've actually seen people saying that Sony is already third party because they put their games on PC, and I'm like,
they're hybrid third party. They're not fully exclusive. If anything, it's just timed. Hybrid third party. You see what I'm saying? Like, but when we say third party, we have to think of not having a hardware manufacturer. So that's why I say a timed exclusive first party hardware manufacturer. Right? We can make up a label, right? That's a good one, right? Or you want to say timed exclusive third party hardware manufacturer. Right? You guys find the word, but timed first party exclusive hardware manufacturer makes sense. And you have to say hybrid because you're not saying full. You're
like, that's not an accurate description. That description is lacking critical context. If you told a customer, hey, you can just buy a PC and get all of PlayStation's games because PlayStation is third party, what they're not telling you is that actually you have to wait potentially years.
It was like that before, but it's not like that now. They're releasing games faster and faster now. They're not doing it anymore. It's not sustainable. They can't do it. So, yeah, dude. If you told somebody that, you would be misinforming them. Let me go ahead and correct you. You got to say what's going on right now and seeing where the wavelength is headed. Seeing how they cut that window down big time. And now Helldivers was there day one because PC players want online games. They said all live service games could be there day one if they get them up and running. So what are we talking about? When did Spider-Man 2 come out? When it, right? You know what I mean? Let's just take a look at certain games and see that the window is not years. It may be like 1 year or something like that. And then some faster. It just depends.
For these games. And that to me is important because that's the difference maker, man. That's the difference maker. Like, that might be what's stopping people from going to PC.
No, it's not, because people don't buy a PlayStation for PlayStation games. They buy it to play third-party games, Call of Duty, and because people tell them that it sells more. So most people just want to fit in. Yeah, it's called a horde mentality. Look at most people that play PlayStation, and I tell you, the majority of them are playing third-party games. They're not getting it for exclusives to have a movie rush and sit there looking at it. That's why I think that that's kind of a hypocritical thing that people go around saying, oh, but the only console that ever was been bought for exclusives was Nintendo and Sega when they were around. Because that matters in the Nintendo world. Right? Even Xbox back then, why did people buy it? Halo. Gears of War, right? You know what I mean? To get in that party chat with people and play, because that was a phenomenon that was going on and they made it big. PlayStation is the only platform people don't buy for exclusives. For what? To wait 4 years for a game that you could beat in under a week? Then you're done with it? If you want to get a lot out of it, right? Or if you beat it in a couple days, it just sits there unless you want to replay the movie you already seen. So it's not a selling point. PC players, that's why they sit there and wait. Because like I said, they're not getting a PC to play a movie game. They'll just wait, and then when it comes to PC, they'll play it. They like to play their online games, right? They like to mod, all sorts of stuff. I own all, you know what I mean? So, yeah, not buying that.
Like, oh shit, wait, hold on. So when Wolverine comes out, I'm not going to get that day one on PC? No, you're not. When will I get it on PC? I don't fucking know. Maybe a year, maybe
See?
2 years,
Movie game.
maybe 3.
And don't get me wrong, I'm getting Wolverine. That's my favorite character. One of my favorite characters in Marvel. I love X-Men. And I will platinum that game. But how long do you think that's going to last you? That's why I say it's a movie rush experience. Just like Uncharted. Just like Last of Us, unless they have multiplayer. But they were all trying to use that Gears formula, right? When Uncharted and Last of Us, because they needed that type of successor, something to compete with Halo. Killzone tried, but those campaigns were always trash. Don't get me started with the last Killzone on PS4. Oh my god, dumpster fire. Horizon was the best thing they could have done. But most of Sony's games are movie experiences.
I see end times you're saying it is accurate. It is accurate. But it's not, because it's not accurate to the end result of which is the customer. The customer is going to be left in the dark.
He really does not want the customer to miss out on buying a PlayStation. Damn, this guy's a Sony ass slicker. You see what I mean? You see what he's saying? He's so worried about if the customer can be misinformed not to get a PlayStation. That's so funny. Oh my god. What a pony.
If you tell somebody hey, go to PC because PlayStation's a third-party publisher, they're gonna be sitting there where are the Sony dude? There's only old Sony games on here. I thought I was gonna get Ghost of Yotei and shit. No, later.
You will.
That's important because you have to ask yourself, why is that even a thing? That's a thing because Sony is afraid that people are going to, if they end that, people are just going to walk away and go to PC.
That's the thing, bro. Nobody's going to buy a PlayStation for Ghost of Yotei. They'll buy it if they hear good things about it and they already have the PlayStation, but they want to turn on and play something every day. Not beat something in under a week, and then it just sits there collecting dust. If they're on PC, or on Game Pass, or playing their Nintendo console, which the Switch 2 is going to be coming out. But the thing is, bro, like I said, tell me who buys a PlayStation for first-party games. That number is very low.
And they might, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people probably won't, but there might be more people than we realize that are ready to pull that trigger. I already see it now. I see people saying they're going to PC, and I'm like, that doesn't help Sony. No matter what people think, that doesn't help Sony. That is bad for Sony. I don't know if people realize this, but when we're trying to evaluate the situation, the worst thing that could happen to Sony is a PlayStation player leaving their ecosystem to go somewhere else. Even if it means they're still going to buy your game and play it, that's the worst thing that can happen. That's why I feel like,
well, the Xbox games we getting are years old.
Yeah, but dude, that's literally about to change this year.
Always on them all.
That's the difference, Poopy Snoopy.
Sony.
And I would not be talking about Xbox this way if it wasn't pretty clear that, dude, Fable is coming out this year, day one on PS5. I would be talking about this PlayStation PC situation if there was a rumor from multiple sources right now saying that Ghost of Yotei is going to be day one on PC, then I would be sitting here telling you, all right, that's it. There it is. It's happening. But we're not. This is why I'm saying, man, the details matter. The devil's in the details.
But the thing is the reason why it's going to come to PC is because they want those extra sales, and it's like doing a remaster. You know what I mean? It's it doesn't cost that much. You just port it over, optimize it. They can sometimes have problems with that. We've seen that with Spider-Man 2. And they hope to get that extra profit, but they're not going to make their most money on those games. It's going to be from third party and from service games that they hope to get, right? Because the development cost is so damn high now. So he's trying to make it seem like the selling point of PlayStation is to have more locked time exclusives when really that was never the case. It was because they had a bunch of locked third party games and a bunch of just third party games that people play. And they just like the brand. Literally, that's it. We all know the reason why Xbox don't sell in Japan is because of a brand issue. You see what I mean? Like brand matters because you got brand loyalists, and they'll even buy it and never play it. Then we got bots too, but that's a totally different thing.
It matters. They matter quite a bit. The context matters.
To an extent,
because without the context, we can't have a proper. Without proper context, we can't have good speculation or even decent speculation. Can you list all the day one Xbox games currently on PlayStation, Starfield, etc.? Where's the whole slate? Well, dude, it seems like it begins with Gears of War Remaster Collection and Fable this year.
Gears of War Remaster, we're going to see. But the Ultimate has been out. And like Phil Spencer said right here, Phil Spencer suggests not every shipped Xbox game will go to competitor platforms. When he said there's no red line, this is why I think people are slow. He's saying that means that I removed the line for which game I want to select to put on there. I didn't say all games were going. And he made it clear that there's going to be future games that are Xbox-only games. What they're trying to do is recoup the costs of the Activision monopoly, right? And have a healthier community, promote their brand more, and get more sales and make more IPs. But I mean, Microsoft will never go broke anyways. That's not the problem here. It's more like brand exposure on worldwide platforms for different audiences where people probably don't look at it and see that they've actually now have quality aspects and that you could get this on Game Pass. And why do I want to keep paying for all these games when I can go and either get it on my PC and support Game Pass or, you know, get on the Xbox? Game Pass is not going to be on PlayStation. So it's, do I want to pay full price for games on PlayStation, or do I want to get Game Pass on my PC? Or, you know, my Xbox or whatever, or my handheld or whatever. But we could see that, obviously.
Here. So, look, man, I understand people may look at me and they're saying you're jumping the gun, but it's like, look at what's out there, man. I want to make it clear, I'm not sitting here in the face of a fucking wall of rumors and leaks from credible sources claiming this is what Sony's doing. And I'm like, I don't think so. No, they're not. That's not what's happening, man. There's no, honestly, I would love for that to happen. I would love to get rumors from credible sources at the same rate we're getting them for Xbox. I'd love to get them for PlayStation. I would welcome rumors from Jason Schreier, fucking Jeff Grubb, and Tom Henderson being like, yeah, Sony's they're getting ready to go day and date with PC by the end of this year. And it's like clear, like this is what's happening. It leaked out. Everybody knows now. I would be sitting here saying, there it is, guys. Sony made their decision. And some people might say, well, you're jumping the gun. It hasn't happened yet. But it's like, yeah, but look at the wall of rumors and leaks. It's undeniable. You know? But we're not. That's the thing, dude. Right now, the last thing we got, and I don't even know if it's true or not, the last thing we got is that PC ports were canceled for some reason. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of Sony right now. I really can't. I would love to. I can make heads or tails of Microsoft. I can do that because everything's leaking.
Sony, please don't go third party for him. He won't be able to handle it. He's going to melt down. Know what I mean? So, yeah. Another pony spanking video for y'all. Like I said, he sometimes has some solid takes, but then I'm like, okay, man, it's time to step in. I like how Alex roasts him. It's funny. But let me know what y'all think about this. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. You know there's more to come daily here. New episodes. You know what I mean? We're going to have a ton of seasons. Peace out, y'all. Ponies. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Hold those rainbows. I have to make sure I do that before I get out. Nope. Sit back down.